byproducts, waste products, used non-biodegradable chemical products like plastics are thrown into environment. By these statistics, we can realize the dire seriousness of pollution by these waste and wasted chemicals which were hitherto non-biodegradable and hence unsafe to human health. Therefore, in last 50 years, worldwide many laws have been enacted, and in implementing these laws, billions of dollars are spent. Despite of this huge expenditure, pollution seriousness is continuously increasing. Because world outlook over these chemical industries, pollution problems were temporary and hence solution was not permanent. At last, the world think tank deliberated, came together and penetrated into the root cause and has drawn the ever sustainable conclusion, shifting from conventional harmful chemistry to green chemistry. Conventional harmful chemistry is a grey chemistry to green chemistry. Principles of green chemistry. There are 12 principles of green chemistry. Critical issues leading to green chemistry. It is more akin to nature and agriculture. Climate change, global warming, population rise, growing energy needs, growing material needs, environmental degradation, sustainability of economies of the world, social consciousness about Indian economics, health problems of modern age, Gandhian philosophy, in which these are critical issues leading to the green chemistry. These are critical issues forcing mankind to think seriously to go towards the green chemistry. Okay, in which Gandhian philosophy is there. In brief, in 2 minutes, I would like to add upon. Although it is a separate topic of talk, Gandhian philosophy. See, Gandhian trusteeship concept, it is a basic crux of the Gandhian philosophy. Whatever wealth you amass from the society by your efforts, okay, you are not owner of that wealth, but you are trustee of that wealth. And you are expected to return sincerely that surplus wealth back to the society in whatever benevolent ways that deems appropriate to you. Okay? This is a very, very akin to the green chemistry, Gandhian philosophy. Articles of green chemistry: ethanol, ethyl alcohol, sugar cane, power cane, sugar, surfactants to replace environmentally harmful labs like sucrose, octacetate, sucrose ester. See, sugar is the source of, as of today, energy as well as food. In near future, it will be the source of higher chemicals also. Environment friendly higher chemicals like the surfactants. As of today, whatever that surf excel and other detergents you are using, the ingredient of that detergent is lab and labs, linear alkyl benzene, linear alkyl benzene sulfonate, which are non-environment friendly, which are slowly degrading the agricultural soils. Okay, that is why in near future the environment friendly surfactants will replace certainly the lab and labs. These will be sucrose octacetate, sucrose ether, etc. Silicon for solar electric power, polymetallic photovoltaic cells like cadmium, beryllium, indium, gallium. Hydrogen, a renewable energy source of the future. Hydrogen production is more economical by electrolysis of water by renewable energy electric power. Electric cars. Government of India have aimed at 100% e-vehicle nation by 2030. Most of the nation's policy is to push green vehicles. Tesla electric car, Mahindra, corn. Major corn industrial complexes are necessary. Hereafter, corn will get abundant international economic importance. For agriculture students, just to bear that corn will get tremendous economic importance in the whole world. Now, among all grains, corn is much more traded in the world. Irrespective of the political rivalry between China being communist country and USA being democratic country, China has to approach USA with the begging bowl to purchase the corn from America. Why? As per Kyoto Protocol in 1997, the member countries have been mandated by the UNFCCC, okay, to bring down the carbon dioxide content in the atmosphere, which is prevailing at 416 ppm, to bring down the prevailing level at 1992. Cool. So, because of this compulsion, China has to go for ethanol industry by the corn, because China is in the subtropical belt. Because of the low intensity of the sunlight, there is no much sugarcane production. Unlike India, we are fortunate enough to be in the tropical belt to have abundant sugarcane. Okay? Achha. Major corn industrial complexes are necessary. Imports of glucose and junction chemical. Imports of corn maize in international economics. Rationing of corn in future. Okay. Bioplastics. Polylactic acid (PLA). Polyhydroxybutyrate (PHB). Polyhydroxy alkanoates. Polytrimethylene terephthalate (PTT). Polybutylene adipate (co-terephthalate). And plastic currency notes. See, what are that 55 different types of plastic what we are enjoying now? Okay, these are essentially coming from petrochemicals. After depletion of the crude oil, after about say 4 or 5 decades, where from these petrochemicals will come? These will be certainly coming from agricultural raw materials like starch. Okay, from starch, the bioplastics will be manufactured in the near future. Again, invest over. This is 5 hours half-day seminar. I have been forced to bring down to the within the 10 minutes presentation. Invest over natural pigment production from algae. A few blue-green algal varieties are absorbing high-level salts from algae soils. Hence, useful to reduce salinity of the soils. Industrial scale biorefineries of algae can be established. Okay. Hydrogen generation from algae. Cotton will also be one of the prominent articles of green chemistry in the future. Cotton. Okay. Organic farming, biogas, these are the articles of green chemistry. Cotton, then forest products like shellac from black, very good demand in the world. Because shellac has got a very high dielectric constant. Because it means the least electrical conductivity. Because of this characteristic property, all electrical equipment manufacturing companies in the world, they are importing shellac from India. Okay. Next. Gibberellins. There are more than 100 gibberellins, means plant growth hormones, in which GA1, GA2, GA3 are the commercially important gibberellins, in which GA3 is the gibberellic acid that we are talking about, which is now being used by the grapes, 10 ppm, 20 ppm GA. Fuel cells, supercapacitors, graphite to graphene, then Plenary, then carbon nanotubes. Graphene is many times stronger than steel and much lighter too. Next. Microwaves are
Test of conclusion. Conclusion.
Conclusion?
Conclusion, test of the conclusion. Last.
Subjects complemented to green chemistry. Okay. Correlation. Just have a glimpse. It is a glimpse of green chemistry. Okay. Sustainability. Challenges before scholar chemists. Contents. Historical. अब देख लीजिए आप the economic industries in India as well as in Maharashtra, both I have given. Existing internal combustion engines and suitability of gasoline, ये सब हम बताने वाले थे, काफी टाइम लगेगा. So what about engineering में? Is in all biotech policies. In the conclusion, the finiteness of coal, petroleum and natural gas reserves has forced modern civilization to insist again on alcohol as a potential, viable and ever renewable, replenishable green fuel to empower automobiles to keep social wheels of civilization continuously moving, one of the keys to sustainable development of the mankind. Thank you. Very nice. I'm very sorry I cannot elaborate on this very important issue.
In the context of global climate change and global warming, this the green chemistry will be a feature of this.
First of all, thank you to the president of the section, the Forestry, for providing me this opportunity to present my paper. My topic is actually on applied science basis, development of natural dyes from different agricultural and forest raw materials we have applied. Natural dyes these are biodegradable, they are non-toxic, they are environment friendly, they have aesthetic appeal when just applied on the silk or wool and then fabric. Ancient writers already recorded before 1856 when the first synthetic dye that was discovered by the scientist Perkin, that was like purple animal kind of thing. And before that, all the coloring effects on fabrics and our fibers, it was based on this natural dye itself. These are different plant species in our state that are different attributes and different producers are getting. The colors they are producing after natural extraction. These are advantages and disadvantages of synthetic dyes. They are just very harmful, and though high stakes are there, economically they are viable, but they are environmental friendly and some carcinogenic chemicals are used as contrast to natural dyes. They are eco-friendly, these are biodegradable, aesthetic, non-toxic and very mild chemicals like alum kind of compound, potassium sulfate we have used for modeling purposes here. This was the protocol designed for developing this type of material, collection of plant material, preparation of the sample for extraction of natural colors, optimization of experimental conditions, then extraction, and after that in water soluble extracts we have generally developed here. I have done it on methanol also, methanol, some organic solvents also we have applied, but the results are not like that. Extraction, filtration, recovery, evaporation, drying, and the final product as a natural dye purity. This was experimental protocol designed for material deposition like 1:10 for approximately 60 minutes, 95 to 100 degrees Celsius, 5 to 15% dye yield. This 5 to 15% range, 10% range from 5 to 15, it is actually varying for different raw material that we are applying. In there are Pinus roxaburgis, might be people in like these forest species, Pinus roxaburgi, pine needles are there, and this is actually not very much harvested or any other kind of utilization. Very difficult to just sort it out there. So 5% from this kind of material, and up to when we come to poplar, so eucalyptus or like lantana camera also we have applied here. 14 to 15% of the yield, natural colors we have here. These are the dyeing experimental protocol for that. 75-85 in silk and wool when we apply our water-based colors, and about 90 to 95 degrees Celsius for 1 hour when we take cotton as a fabric or these are fibers. These are the modeling conditions for our experiment for the design. Dyeing fabric instructions. This is the data showing weight-wise, if 1,000 gram of the fabric or fiber that you take, how much of raw material in form of natural dye will be required for, like leaves of eucalyptus here will be 4 to 5 kgs, like bark if you take between 9 to 10 kgs. We have developed different processes for isolation of dye, standardized the methods for silk, wool and cotton separately, shades and color fastness, sustainability of natural resources, and based technologies. We have been working with Khadi village industries also. They are basically using this cotton and silk process for, and it is not very market friendly, economically viable for them. So we have also suggested, we are just in talks with like we can provide them this technology with waste evidently available raw material, and we can have natural dyes and colorable products like khadi, towel. Thank you.
I have one question. How could you get hybrid in eucalyptus?
Sorry?
How could you get hybrid in eucalyptus?
So eucalyptus hybrid is a species.
Hybrid
Variety, yes.
eucalyptus
It is
tree,
hybrid,
it is a
hybrid.
tree.
Might be, yes, it is tree.
And how could you get hybrid in that eucalyptus?
That might be some genetically some hybrid species they might have developed, and as per the name is concerned, that we have procured it or we got it in the name of.
Tissue culture based.
There are eucalyptus collector bodies like other species there.
Biological process.
Yes, but genetically that is correct. But tissue culture based, it will speak where the
That species is hybrid, so eucalyptus hybrid.
My query is different.
Yeah.
Why you are not taking the British as they used to cultivate indigo, natural dye,
Yeah.
and after that this synthetic dye discovery,
Yeah.
the cultivation has gone.
That cultivation almost lost.
Again, right now there is a market in Europe, particularly denim jeans,
Yes.
the blue jeans.
Yes.
Have you attended that one? Or this is, I was in Uttarakhand there, issues are not all this species, species, whatever backing and other not that much of commercialized. But the Indian origin species of indigo in the British period of cultivation is abolished. Again, it is a demand for natural dye. Have you attempted that one?
No, indigo we have. Indigo we have not attempted. But we have done actually, we have used that almost waste raw materials like wood industry. We have visited
I was in Almora also.
and Surya Robusta kind of furniture.
I was in Almora also, back in all, whatever you attempted,
Yeah,
different solvent and other things.
yeah.
Not that much of very good natural dyes. Other than indigo, vegetation-based extraction, not that much of commercialized.
That we may consider certainly what we perspective.
That's why synthetic, after the discovery of the question of cultivation, it is not about synthetic chemicals, dye, popularized, global, commercialized. Again, there is a demand getting
For
particular company of genes. So that you can
we can.
And I want to highlight.
Yes.
See, I will highlight upon that issue. Okay. See, about 15 years back, okay, Germans they stopped importing garments from the India under the reason that our garments are dyed by synthetic dyes which are taken from petrochemicals, which is suspected to be carcinogenic as per US FDA and Indian FDA. Okay. Then that awareness, regional research laboratory Jammu, they had developed a red dye out of the red meat. Red meat, vegetable meat. We said, but that quantity is so less that being an industrial person, that there is no economic feasibility of that lower capacity. Okay, this is the problem. This is the problem. You are right that the commercialization is a very problem. But after 4 and 5 decades, when crude oil gets depleted, okay, where from these n number of synthetic dyes coming from the petrochemicals, where will they are available? So that after 5 decades, there will be no go away from this natural dyes. We have to opt for natural dyes.
People are coming now. We hope to revive it as soon as. Thank you.
Thank you.
Respected Chairman, Dr. Plenary, and Co-Chair, Dr. Ghosh, and rapporteurs and our esteemed participants. Actually, I will take all of you into some different area for further discussion. Actually, I am discussing about the portal. This is Geo Portal, which was developed by NBSWP as a robust digital platform for dissemination of information and managing the natural resources, particularly land resources. This portal actually, if you look at the design part, we design, which MPSC has designed and developed this portal as a web-based system with diversified soil resource-based thematic databases and services and applications for dissemination. And this portal enabled us to organize geospatial data on soil and allied resources through a viewer and catalog metadata, because a lot of catalogs we have developed. And these database on Bhumi portal have been developed as a relational databases to store, query, analyze and visualize various soil and allied resource databases. If you look at this structure, actually how we did it, because the information is coming from different sources like your mobile app, then satellite data, then tabular forms, then some of the reports, all we have actually customized and standardized, and we sent to this central portal, and this database is storing in the central portal, where actually in the central part, and here, and this actually is going out as a resource means information, and this can be used by the viewers. So anybody can access this portal by clicking this MBSS and LPGO portal, so you can see the details of the portal. I'm just touching on some of these important outcomes of this exercise. If you look at this portal, we have a number of listed parameters on here. If you see each one, you can enlarge it and see the details. So we can see here the broad, normally the terrain information we are using for our soil resource mapping. So we kept this all terrain related information in under one section, that is the terrain analysis. We have a physiography, sub-physiography, then the digital elevation models which are extensively using in our soil resource mapping. So we kept all these things for our applications. And if you see the details, if you just click on a particular location, if you see the detail, how detailed actually of a particular terrain, these are actually part of Orissa and other MP. So these are the details actually we are using for our soil resource mapping, because these details are very, very useful. On the other side, you can see how actually we are using them to come out with different landforms and different soil properties. So we are integrating them various terrain parameters which are extracted from the digital elevation model which I have shown earlier, and we are going most of this case in automation of delineation of the landforms, which are the base for soil resource inventory at various scales. If you look at this any particular location, you see how details actually terrain we have mapped. This is actually entire thing is came from the satellite, because nothing is manual here, but the only thing is that we have processed it, and you can see how minute in the small mounts also you can map, but otherwise manually which are not at all possible to map the terrain, it's that much precise. And you see the different the landforms which we generate district wise and block wise and other units level. And this information we are taking to the field and collecting samples, and we are preparing the soil resource information of the particular district or block. So this way, this terrain information is very, very useful nowadays for us. So we have fastened the process, and more than 50% of the time or resources we have saved because of this exercise. And if you look at this, some of the vegetational aspect, actually we have put a lot of vegetational information. Most of the vegetational resources are coming from the satellites. From almost 20 years information we have kept. So every year we have kept it to Kharif and Rabi season. So season wise we can analyze it, and we can use this information for our soil resource information as well as our land use planning applications we are using. You see that just put a one small location. If you see the at IGP area, this is the status of the 1st January 2010. On 9th May, you can see the entire crop is harvested, and again the crop is again coming up by August. So these type of dynamics we can map it, and we are using this information for our land use planning exercises, even including drought assessment and other aspects. You see the drought we have done it for some of the states. You can see very extensively which area actually the state is mostly affected, because of the 2016 we have a severe drought in Tamil Nadu. So this way, particularly the northeast monsoon, this state receives. So those things we can clearly visualize through satellite information, and this we are using for our crop planning. And similarly, at the watershed level also you can see how this dynamically the vegetation is changing, and this is very useful for our land use planning applications. And some of this agroecological information which is very much we are using for our agriculture planning. We have used around 1700 metallurgical station information to develop these agroecological regions and sub-regions across India. You see the and other information also we have used, like mean rainfall. You see the mean rainfall of 1992 and 2018. If I go detailed, actually you can see the variability in some of the areas where actually rainfall is increasing and where it is decreasing, and we can see the temporal changes also. If you put a profile, all these years we can see the details. And this is actually 2018. This is the more detail. So this way we can see. And this information, we also generated a lot of indices based on the rainfall and temperature and humidity. Like aridity index, this is one indication where actually aridity is increasing or decreasing in a particular location. So these temporal changes one can see. And based on all this information, actually we have come out with these agricultural regions of 1999. And these 20 agricultural regions are extensively used for agricultural planning at different levels. And we have further subdivided into 60 agricultural subregions based on the length of growing period, then other soil, more detailed soil information. And this is also we are actually using. And this all information now users can get from this portal for their viewing. And we also put a lot of soil information here in this portal because as a national organization we have collected a lot of soil information. Say for example 300 plus benchmark soil, which are actually unique soils across India, where actually you can see each benchmark soil covers a certain extent, and there are unique soil properties in that particular area. So these soils, benchmark soils, are monitoring at every 5 years and 10 years intervals. See changes, any changes are occurring in terms of particularly chemical parameters. And we also have a lot of fertility information. Of course, here where Dr. Pradeep Desai is sitting here. We got information from their organizations also in terms of soil science and put together, and we have developed this, the fertility database for entire India. From the and of course the soil, you can see the details. If you click any particular location, we can get the detailed information of the soil properties of what type of soil properties are there. And we also, have the soil information of 1:50,000 scale, where actually you can see the more details. And one can see all the parameters when we go into detail because of time constraints I'm not going because this online net is not working, otherwise I would have shown some of these things in online. And these are the different thematic information one can see across India if you select the depth, so that the information will display like this. So this will be useful for the regional and the local level planning, particularly when you are using the soil information. And of course this is again there are acid soils where we have actually moderate acids and acidic soils and strong acidic soil and slightly acidic soil. Particularly this eastern region, it's mostly slightly acidic soils except the Chhattisgarh area where we have a moderate acidic soil. But strong acidic soil you can get mostly in northeast and some of the Kerala areas. And we also developed the state-wise information for some of the states. For example, Goa, we have a detailed information for Goa state government. And they are actually extensively using this information for agricultural planning at the state level. So this is more detail of a particular area. And we also recently developed this 1:10,000 scale. This is more detailed soil information for different blocks, more than 200 blocks we have surveyed. And this information is available if you see through these dashboards. If you select state, district, and you can see which block it is there. Once you select the block, automatically parameter will be highlighted which are the parameters are available. So user can see that particular parameter is available or not, and you can also see the attribution table like in downside. And this also actually the raster information. This is actually digital soil information which recently we are trying for some of the states. So state-wise, block-wise digital soil information also you can see from these databases. Then other information important is the land degradation information, which is again very important for various applications. These are the actually grid more than 3,000 grids actually we have used to compute the soil loss. If you see this soil loss information, because most of the time the parliament questions and all we are addressing from these databases. At any state or district or block, you can go and you will get the information where actually soil erosion is more and where is less. So accordingly, you can have soil conservation measures or conservation programs in that particular area. And we can also actually, one advantage of this portal is that you can extract any class you want. Say for example, where actually severe soil loss is there, that you can extract, and you can see the distribution also. So the customization is there. And we have actually the land, soil organic carbon, which was estimated based on the soil fertility information which I showed earlier. And this was actually a part of the FAO program, and this was supplied to the FAO as a part of the global soil organic carbon estimation. And this one also we can see at different administrative unit level. And this was actually harmonized land degradation information which was published with the NASA and the ICR. And here also we have a lot of information at land degradation status at each state and district level. And this entire bulletin is available online. Anybody can download this entire bulletin with all the statistics. And you can see the advantage of this portal. You can see any place. Suppose if you want, somebody wants to see the coastal area, what type of land degradation is there. So you can pick up from the portal and see what type of classes are coming. Or any district or any state also is possible to do this way. And the soil fertility information, as I showed previous, this is soil fertility database which was used. And we also extensively computed the soil fertility for 2 states. One is West Bengal and Jharkhand, where actually you can get a lot of information soil fertility block level, even at the cluster of villages. If you zoom into the portal, and these are the one district, you can see the more detail in that West Bengal. And here actually we also did some local block level information also. So this much deep density of the soil fertility, what you can select surface soils collection, and any point you click it and you will get the information what type of fertility status of that particular location. And we also prepared the thematic information for this block in the Nagpur district. So this way actually we are collecting at a local level for agriculture planning. And these are of course some of the extraction out of that. And for Goa actually we did very extensively for even at parcel level you can go. It means any farmer, like you can go to the district, state and block and even village. If you select any parcel number, farmer name or parcel number, you will get the soil health card like this, and you can see the what type of crops are suitable and what is the fertility status and what recommendations of fertility that particular farmer can apply for a particular crop. So we can go up to the farm level, but it is available only for Goa state. So this way actually we are trying to do for entire national. Please 2 minutes. So the land use planning section, then we have a lot of information on land use planning because we have over 17 crops we have compiled. We have developed the land use planning, and you can select any crop and see the status. So for example, this is the rice, and you can see the highly suitable areas for rice only, or you can see the moderately suitable. Class-wise also you can see where the distribution is there and which of the states are coming like that. And similarly, you can see the cotton suitability. Again, we have highly suitable. Like that, you can select any number of classes. I selected only highly suitable. That's why that area is showing. And similarly, you can see like marginal, the distribution of the crops. Similarly, you can see the sunflower oilseed crops where it is highly suitable. So this will help for agriculture planning. And this is again maize, particularly in particular state or state-wise also you can visit. Suppose if we select Maharashtra, I can see the more suitable areas for maize. So this way portal is very useful for this type of data dissemination as well as monitoring. And even we have done for some of these watershed level exercises. Even watershed level also we can see what type of crops are suitable for a particular watershed. This is basically from Karnataka state. And we also recently we made actually not only this portal, you can get the information from other portals also on this portal. That's why we made it an interoperable platform. So like we have a history portal at ICR and we have a rice portal at Indian Institute of Rice Research Hyderabad. So we have integrated these 3 portal and we can see the 3 portal information on a single portal with the different combinations. Suppose somebody want to see the crop suitability and agroecological perspective, so they can see both the combinations in a particular location. So these are some of the exercises. For example, yield of the rice and agroecological information or any other information you want to take from the 3 portals, you can see at a single platform. So this is again emerging as an important area. This is again agroecological reasons and different soil information and the crop yield. So like that we have different combinations one can go by using this. Because user want information from the more than one portal, so that way, because this is all actually developed by using JavaScript and other IT tools. Even you can go to the state level. So I'm coming to the end of this. So what actually we can get out of this portal? Actually, this is helping and immensely providing as a platform to collect. You can compile all the information which are generated by different organizations, and you can standardize it and you can put it in a standard way, so that the land and allied resource information users can get it, and they can get some, they can use it as for some planning purpose as well. It provides a robust platform for efficient storage, process, analyze, and query and visualize the geospatial data and information through interactive and data analytic tools. I could not show much of it because of the time constraint. It also enables us to design applications for effective utilization of this land aligned resources for developing the site-specific agricultural land use plans in the country. Because we are using this information to derive different crop suitability and other things. So recently we did for 15 states like pomegranate suitability by using this information, and is very shortly releasing maybe next month by these 2 organizations. So this way actually we are using this information And hope I think this type of information is very useful for the users and researchers and planners in the coming years. So with this, I will stop it here. So thank you very much for giving this time.
You are a geoportal.
Yes.
How the organic carbon content of the soil is judged?
Sir, actually, portal will not judge your organic carbon and other thing. But what we are doing here, it is actually whatever the information is compiled and collected, analyzed, so that we are putting in the portal. So portal, once we put in a portal, so it is easy to see, suppose soil organic carbon with reference to climate, soil organic carbon with reference to land use. So that type of combinations you can see in the portal. But portal as such, it will not give you soil organic carbon. So it helps as a what you can say, like a digital platform to make it more effectively. You can use it. Say suppose soil organic carbon you want to see for only West Bengal state, you can select only see the West Bengal state. Like
in Maharashtra, how much organic carbon content is there and how much ideally is there as against?
no, it depends on the locations. For example, in Western Ghats you will get more soil organic carbon. Particularly in the eastern, central part we have less that is here, and eastern is somewhat better. So you can see the variation.
How much in that range?
I think maybe around 0.6 something is there
in particularly in Maharashtra, it varies from 0.3 to 0.7.
0.7 is there. Okay. As against ideal, how much ideal is
If
there?
you go in the coastal area, the organic carbon is about 0.91.
Ideally it should be, if it's
Not
coming
coastal
close
area,
to
not the western Ghat area particularly.
It must be our one.
Yeah.
This is only data sets.
Yeah.
All data compiled data set we can club together on one platform.
And we can see the combination.
When the user also
Compare against the
easily
ideal
see
and how much is there.
how much is there.
Yeah, that-
Suppose I want to data set from Nagpur district. The whole data set in Bhumi platform is available for decision making.
And
This
you-
is nothing, it is a decision making data set.
You can also see, actually, suppose organic carbon more than one, you can see where it is coming quickly, within a fraction of a second. That is the advantage.
Open access. Now sir, this Bhumi portal is open access, no?
Yeah, anybody can access. Even you can see in a mobile. You just click it, you will get it. So that way actually, the idea behind this one is that we are bringing this information very close to the users. So otherwise, manually or through reports or any other form, you cannot reach to all the things. So that's why we are getting so many hits from even abroad, even more than from India actually. So people are using this for various references and other. Okay, thank you.
Yes. Okay. Achha. I would like to interact on one important issue. See, Egyptian cotton's fiber length is more than Indian cotton's fiber length.
Yes.
That is why they get premium in the world market of the cotton. Okay.
Yes.
Secondly, Bangladesh cotton is also said to be superior than our. So why should you not go for the genetic modification of Indian cotton to bring the quality of our cotton at par with the Egyptian and Bangladesh cotton to get a reasonable rate in the world market?
Yes, sir. Actually, sir, it's a very good question, sir. So actually, sir, in cotton there are 4 species cultivated, sir. In Egyptian cotton, that is the cotton is Gossypium barbans. That cotton we are not cultivating in India, but some of the southern part of the Tamil Nadu we used to cultivate. That is extra long stable cotton. That microclimate is not available in India except in southern India, except in Tamil Nadu. Other places are not available in India. That microclimate is only available in Egypt as well as in Tamil Nadu. That is the reason we are not going for that barbans. What we are cultivating, that is Gossypium hirsutum, and also it is in BT we are cultivating. One more thing, sir, Bangladesh cotton, Bangladesh is having the good irrigation facility and they have plenty of water. So what are the Bay of Bengal waters they are getting? For example, this is Ganga, Brahmaputra, they are getting plenty of water. That is the reason they are getting plenty of water. That is the reason they are getting superior quality of cotton. We are growing under the, for example, it is rainfed conditions we are growing, sir. That is the reason more than nearly 67% of the cotton growing areas of India is rainfed. That is the reason our cotton is the inferior quality.
Oh, I got to bring the seeds from Egypt and make a replica here.
Yes, sir, we will do it, sir. Certainly we will do it, sir.
This is a good idea.
Yes, sir.
I have one question.
Yes, sir.
Your experiment is on calcareous soils.
Yes.
Highly calcareous soils.
Yes, sir.
Greater than 20% calcium.
Yes,
carbon.
yes.
And that's why they will treat the
Precipitation,
deficiency of the
precipitation,
micronutrients when the water trace is there.
Yes, sir.
But in your case, if we apply the foliar application of micronutrient,
Yes, sir.
the availability of the nutrient in soil after harvest is decreased.
Yes, sir.
But in your case, it is increased. If we calculate the nutrient balance,
Yes, sir.
that time the nutrient will be depleted.
Yes.
But in your case, by using foliar application, the availability of the nutrient is increased.
Yes, sir.
That is the reason.
Sir, actually, sir, I have different treatments. One time foliar, two time foliar, and combined application. After the foliar spray, we took another 15 days. After that, we took the soil sample.
But you
Soil
say,
sample and non-sample.
but you say
Yes.
the foliar application and soil application is better.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I am right.
Yes, sir.
But you say also the foliar application is better than soil application.
Yes, sir.
Is it possible?
No, it is not possible, sir. The combined
But
application.
in your result,
Ah.
you show it. That's it.
Your soil pH is 7.6, organic carbon is 0.36.
Yes, sir.
Your experimental area, that particles,
Yes, sir.
is it micronutrient deficient or about
Yes, sir. It is micronutrient deficiency.
7.6
Yes, sir.
pH?
Yes, sir. Actually, due to the, for example, sir, that is eroded soil. That soil is having the, if it is high rainfall comes, soil is eroded. That plot is like that. Whole plot.
7.6 micronutrient, all these micronutrients are deficient.
Yes, sir. The free calcium carbonate is higher, sir. Even for example, sir, if the upper layer it is only 20%. When you go the depth, the free calcium carbonate is increased. For example, after some 15 centimeter, it is increased to 30%. Another, then it will increase again. If you go downside, it is increased 40%. Sir.
The second thing is that recommended RDU plus
Yes, sir.
50 kg, 100 kg, 150 kg,
100
is micronutrient.
No, sir, we tested.
Huh?
Actually, we tested for 50 kg nutrients, and also we tested for 100 kg, and also we tested for 150 kg, which is due to this calcareousness, the precipitation is
The
higher.
micronutrient growth 50, 100.
50, 100, 150, sir. It is not only, it is mixed.
What's the
Sir.
recommended dose for micronutrient?
Actually, micronutrient recommended is 12.5 kg per hectare, sir, plus 35 kg of the sand we mix and we apply. 12.5 kg it is recommended plus 35 kg of the sand. Sand we mix and we apply. Like that, it is for example 50 kg in it is we go for 12.5 to 15 kg and another double dose, for example 24 to 30 kg and another is units 50 to 56 kg like that, and remaining will be sand will be mixed. Along with sand mixer we apply.
Why the foliar response is there, soil application response is not there?
So actually, sir, that foliar application, the absorption pattern is higher. Absorption is higher, sir. In soil, due to the calcareousness, the precipitation only it is avoids the uptake of the plant, sir.
What is the 7.6 pH? What is the calculation?
It is there, sir.
7.6 pH. Anyway,
Yes, sir.
next.
What treatments you had?
Sir, I had 12 treatments, sir. 12 treatments, 3 replications.
It was done in LSD,
Yes, sir.
but you did not get any significant difference.
So absolute control we did not take for the any statistical analysis, sir. We took only along the RDF. So these all the results are minimum change only we observed, sir.
That is not statistically accepted.
We did not take absolute control, sir. Due to it is only contribution from soil, so we want to. I thank ISCA for the providing opportunity to present one of my collaborative research project work. With the permission of Chair and our project coordinator, sir, and Ghosh, sir, and as well as the reporters and the researchers. Thank you for attending this program. Today I am going to present on one of my research work, that is the collaborative project work along with the Forestry Chemicals and Fertilizers, which is located in Mumbai. My topic is the evaluation of customized micronutrient fertilizers to enhance the cotton as well as the soil nutrient status. This work I have done for 2 years. And as we know that the cotton is cultivated in more than 12.5 million hectares during 1890. We found a lot of the low productivity in the central India. It is due to the multi-nutrient deficiency, which is reduced the cotton yield. And also in my previous study, we have developed one composite fertilizer that is called customized complex fertilizers for the rainfed cotton, and we evaluated also. We have published in our paper into the communications in soil science and soil science and plant analysis. And some of the studies which is they told that the soil fertilization as well as the foliar application of the micronutrients can able to improve the leaf nutrient as well as the mold size and also the fiber properties. But before that, we must know that the scenario of the Indian cotton area. If you see that this red line marks is in central India, it is the below average on both the years. It is due to the cotton is cultivated in the shallow sites as well as the moisture unavailability during the critical period, that is the after the flowering, that moisture availability in the, for example, in the central India, especially in the Maharashtra, there was after the example after the September the rain stops. So due to that moisture unavailability as well as the cultivated in the shallow soils, the yield is reduced, and also the farmers they are not using micronutrients to improve the yield. In order to improve the yield, we tested this experiment. Before that, we must know this some of the gains about the micronutrients. Micronutrient foliar spray in the cotton, it can be able to improve the flower buds, and it also increase in the approximately 40 to 70%, and in irrigated conditions and also in the rainfed conditions, and it can able to reduce the boll setting. For example, in the abnormal conditions, when the dry period, at the time of harvest, there was the cloudy conditions, the boll setting was higher, and if we spray these micronutrients, the boll setting will be arrested. And also some studies, they have under rainfed conditions in foreign countries, in sandy-loam soil, they have reported that the micronutrients up to 4 to approximately of 56 grams the plant can take. For example, the 100 kg of it you can take within the 40 days of period after flowering. And also, if you see that these raster chemical fertilizers they have formulated along with secondary nutrient magnesium and along with the 5 micronutrients, they formulated on micronutrient customized fertilizer, and this fertilizer they tell that this fertilizer can be able to enhance the soil nutrient acquisition capacity of the cotton, as well as we must know the uptake pattern and also post-harvest nutrient status must be known. That is the reason we studied, and our reason of this study is if we do balanced nutrition and it ensures the sustainable soil health as well as the cotton production, and our hypothesis is in order to test the specialty customized micronutrient fertilizer by 3 methods, which is one is soil application, and the second one is the foliar application, and the third one is the both combined application. This aim of the study is to, if the leaf reddening is the major problem in the cotton, which can reduce the yield due to, for example, in the cotton boll as well as the subtending leaf will be there. All the nutrients from the subtending leaf will be transported to the bolls, then only the boll will be getting all the nutrients. But due to the leaf reddening, the nutrients they are unable to go to the bolls. So in order to do that, if we do micronutrients, foliar spray or some of the other approaches, this leaf reddening can be postponed, and also we can improve the yield. That is only our status, and also it can improve the soil nutrient status also. Based on this hypothesis, we formulated our objective. For example, this micronutrient customized fertilizer great for the cotton growth as well as the yield attributes, and also we want to know the effect of this customized fertilizer on the leaf reddening and as well as the soil fertility status. And for that, we have formulated with 12 treatments along with absolute control and the recommended dose of fertilizers. The recommended dose of fertilizer for the cotton is 150 NPK per hectare, and we have tested by foliar, 1 time foliar spray and 2 times foliar spray, and as well as soil application, and both combined application of foliar as well as the soil. This is the rain and the rainy days of the 2 years of our study, and all the data which is we derived, we have analyzed by using of Pansen Suklasme, and also our trial is replicated in 3 times, and this RASI 6.9 BG2 is the highly sensitive to leaf reddening. And also we characterize our soil, that is the rainfed wet soil. It is having the calcareous calcium carbonate, free calcium carbonate of nearly 20%, and also it is clay in texture. And our fertilizer doses, in the case of nitrogen, we split it into 3 times, and in the case of phosphorus and potassium, we have given it for the 2 times. It is applied in only basal dose. Along with this foliar spray of micronutrient, in order to maintain this pH of the solution, we use lime of 0.25% during 40 and 60 and 80 days, and in the soil application of 50, 100 and 150 kg of micronutrients applied during 45 days of sowing. This is our initial rainfed experiment soil analysis data, and also we observed the morphological, cotton morphological and root parameters, and also this yield parameters we observed, and we also took the observation of leaf reddening by the sim of the grading technique, and we tested the fiber quality of the cotton, and also the physiological parameters like chlorophyll, leaf area index, and nutrient uptake pattern we have studied after 65 days after sowing, and also we studied the post-harvest soil nutrient status of all the treatments. Coming to our result, even though all the 4 parameters, for example, it is bole number per plant, seed cotton per plant, and also it is bole weight, seed cotton per hectare. Even though all the data is non-significant, but we found that the sum of the treatments having the higher values compared to of RDF as well as the control. In the case of the T3, for example, in the case of T4, that is the RDF plus 1 time foliar spray having the higher bole numbers per plant, that is approximately 37 boles per plant. In the case of seed cotton, it is nearly 163 gram of T4, but in the case of bole weight, our soil and along with micronutrient foliar spray application, it is improved the bole size compared to other treatments. It has got approximately 4.53 gram, but per hectare basis, our one time foliar application had more of approximately 78 kg of higher cotton compared to RDF, and also it is highly significant to compared to our absolute control. These are the results which I have already told, and also all the results are equivalent, not par with RDF. And if you see, come to the cotton leaf nutrient status, we found that it is improved the nutrient status of along with macro and micronutrient status of the leaf nutrients. And even though it is having the minimum effect on the yield, but it is sufficiently assisted for the improvement in the nutrient status of the cotton. And we can see that these micronutrients, except iron, this boron, copper, zinc, manganese, it is improved compared to RDF as well as the absolute control. Similarly, if we see this among these four combinations, this foliar application and soil application had better uptake compared to others. And also, if we see that fiber quality, growth as well as the fiber quality, it is none of them get the significant. Only the lead index gets significant compared to RDF. It has improved the 17% of lead index is improved. And other parameters like for example, it is the biochemical parameters, physiological parameters, which is improved compared to other treatments. And also we find that this foliar spray application of micronutrients, it is improved 2 boles per plant, and that is the reason it is improved the yield of the cotton. This is our soil nutrient status. The soil nutrient status also some phosphorus, potassium, and boron, copper as well as the zinc. It had found a significant increase in the of soil. Based on these results, we found that due to this availability of moisture throughout the season, we are unable to get any leaf reddening symptoms in both the years. And these are my key points. In order to provide any clear solution, we must go again we have to test the micronutrient fertilizer, a continuous study in the for necessary validation. This is my view of the treatment. Thank you.
NABARD and this development agency.
So this was one suggestion.
Yeah.
Like 0.4 to 10% slope we have done.
We studied.
We studied. So can it be like a graded, like up to this much, what may be the different intervention? Up to this much slope, what will be the intervention?
We could not do that,
And
but we did
number
something.
two, you can try it later on also. Number two, what is the before and after the situation? How much income was there, and later on due to intervention, how
Just I
much?
can give you one example, though I have not presented. Earlier the rice production, particularly the Kharif season rice, it was hardly maximum, it was 2.3 tons per hectare. But after this intervention, it was 4.6 tons per hectare, so almost double in those selected villages.
Bit of supplemental irrigation.
With those irrigation from
Hundred watt.
those happas, actually they call it happas, those ponds in those districts, they call it happa, and we just renovated those happas with the fund support from NABARD.
Do you think that this radial lateritic soil is suitable for rice?
All I said only about this Kharif season, not for winter season. So small, short duration rice crops. There are many short duration rice that matures in 95 to 110 days. Those crops can be cultivated nearby those happa areas.
Other than rice in Kharif crops, what are the
See,
other?
we studied it in those 40 villages.
So
We
this is
studied
the
3,000 farmland villages, and our study was restricted there only. But we are extending this, hoping that many people will come forward and they will join in our study, in our project, and then rice can be cultivated. But the data I have given you, those are the area surrounded by those happas, small ponds, where water was available. That too in Kharif season. Okay, sir. Thank you. Everybody, I am coming from West Bengal. There is a private university called the BntH University. I am representing that. In fact, in this paper, we are trying to enhancing the adaptive capacity of the small and marginal farmers, as well as developing resilience against climate change by the small and marginal farmers. We will do that. Respected Chairman, sir, Dr. Dey, as well as the rapporteur, Dr. Ghosh, with your permission, I start the program. So what we are trying to do in this slide, in this paper, is that we are trying to develop adaptive capacity. What actually happened, all of you know that we have developed many technologies. Many technologies for increasing the yield, for increasing the soil tolerance and other things, but actually speaking, many of these technologies have not reached the farmers. Actually, they could not adopt the technology that we have developed in the laboratory, but unfortunately, their adaptive capacity has remained very low. So we studied that for 5 years, 2016 to 2021. Presentation of the paper. We got support from Development Research Communication and Services Center, Kolkata, and of course, it was funded by NABARD, National Bank for Agriculture and Development. Why we have taken this? Why enhancing this adaptive capacity? See, we have seen that because of this climate change, lot of droughts takes place. I mean drought situation takes place. Particularly, we have studied this in 2 districts of West Bengal. They are prone to this drought situation. The rainfall is very low, very poor rainfall, as well as we get this rainfall very erratically. It's not very regular. So, as a matter of fact, their productivity has gone down because of this change in climate. There is poor productivity of the crops. Secondly, there is loss of biodiversity also. So what we have done is, we have said why, because no technology will be useful to the farmers until and unless they are adopted by them. So they have to adopt. And we have also said, because of this climate change, because of this erratic droughts, there will be loss of biodiversity, many genotypes, many land races are lost. They cannot really survive under this very high temperature. And this is because of climate change, and because of that again, this insecurity of food. When this situation prevailed, many young people, they migrated to other places because there was no work, situation was so poor. The migration was under distress. The migration was under distress, not as a happy migration that they are going somewhere else and getting some job and then maintaining their family. So micro level drought analysis was carried out in 40 selected villages of 2 blocks. One was in Chhapra, another is Asipur block in West Bengal, in 2 districts. That is the district of Bankura, another district is Purulia. And the objective was to identify the specific problems related to water availability and livelihood in the villages. So what we do is, the idea was to develop a decision to formulate. I am not going to read this because it will take time. So our idea was how to enhance their adaptive capacity, how to do that. So what we do is we studied this topography of the land, what were the perennial sources of water, where before we initiated this program, there was water availability in the ponds were hardly for 2 to 3 months. But after we have initiated our programs, then water availability in the ponds, they remain up to 8 to 10 months, sometimes even for a year. And with that water, they were able to harvest many crops, they were able to grow many crops, harvest many crops, and we created some small pond-like structure. Either those ponds were available or we renovate them. Now even fish is cultivated. So their adaptation capacity is changing. If I am not going to read it. So in this paper we have tried to enhance their adaptive capacity by renovating the ponds, by that water scarcity was there, to increase that water capacity at the village level so that they can irrigate and other things. So we have to, and these 2 districts are prone to recurrent droughts. So we selected these 2 districts. I have already said it, erratic rainfall with long dry spells in between. There will be long dry spell, particularly in the month of April to up to November, you can say there will be long dry spells. There will be high temperature, 42 degrees and then 45 degrees centigrade. So, this is I am showing the map of the district. This map is, I am not going to explain because many of the audience is either from Bengal or if they are not from Bengal, they will not understand this map. So this is the map of Bankura district and this is the map of Purulia district. These positions where we studied, they are very much prone to this erratic droughts. Those 40 villages, we studied these 3,000 farm families, 1,500 in each block, and 40 villages were selected. The major parts of these 2 districts are characterized by undulating topography. The average slope of land varies from 0.4 to 10%. Very slopy, undulating lands were prevailing in these 2 districts, are still prevailing. The soil is lateritic, light in texture and acidic in nature. The fertility status is also very low. Soil is light and porous, water retention capacity is very less. With low organic matter and low water movement capacity. Average rainfall, annual level for almost for 10 years, it is 1,500 to 1,600 milliliters rainfall annual. The community experiences drought. Major factor was drought due to this climate change. So, additionally, the rising of temperature, particularly during the winter months, it's not that cold in those two districts. Temperature is high, as it was not prevailing in the last 10-15 years back. And then variability in rainfall was also there. So hence, to increase the resilience of all small and marginal farmers against climate change and climate shocks, this study was undertaken in collaboration with, as I said, DRCAC, with fund support from national and NABARD during 2016 to 2021. Finally, to change the agricultural practices of those two districts and to make the people resilient to climate change, extensive plantation on barren paddy land, or we call them tar land. So this was suggested, extensive, then initiated mixed cropping practices, winter cropping, organic farming and multi-level cropping system was started by renovating the existing ponds, or we dug some ponds, 33 natural ponds we renovated, 33, and then 22 are still in progress. So for soil and water conservation, measures were undertaken using step ponds. We made the pond, but there were steps, so you can even utilize those spaces for growing some vegetables and some winter crops. There were semicircular bunds, check dams, gully floods, infiltration checks, etc. And they were found to be encouraging for livelihood securities. Because once we did that, people were able to grow crops, and then naturally their livelihood pattern, their income generation was very high. So this was the situation when it started in this village. This picture was taken in 2015. You can see the adaptation. They were very poor and they had nothing to do even as a source of income. They had practically nothing. And our aim was to grow such crop in those districts, in those villages, in those two blocks. So what we do is, you can see these ponds on the left hand side. That was the natural ponds. We renovated those ponds so that water, we dug them, made the ponds. Just 1 minute more. Okay. These are those farmers, and quickly. And we followed different steps by digging those ponds. See, these are the state ponds, as I was talking about. These are the very natural ponds where we made some renovation. Then in these ponds, actually there was rainwater harvesting. There was no other source, only it was dependent on rain. And then you can see these vegetable crops are grown in those bunds. Because of this pond, because of this irrigation water, and these are the farmers, they are using that type of structure to store their grains, to store their seeds. Even in those ponds, though it is not very deep, you can see they are harvesting fish even. Because that was also a source of income for the farmers. Seed bank, as a matter of fact. So you can see the smile on this lady's face. Because of those renovation program, we could achieve this, and thank you very much.
Small one or two interventions. First we will take now who are the present, okay? Just quickly, Dr. A.K. Mandal. Dr. Mukhtar or Dr. Chand. Second paper. Influence status of changing Dr. Mukhtar or Dr. Chand, anybody is there? Dr. Mukhtar or Dr. Chand? Second paper? No. Okay. Dr. Shakil Ahmed or Dr. Sandeep Kumar or Dr. Sopi. Third paper, that is soil quality indices from Kashmir, JNK. No. Then fourth one is A. Manikandan, deep level. Then fifth one is Dr. Abhilek there, then Dr. Prakash or Dr. Chandrakala or anybody from that paper. Department of Environmental Science, Gulbarga University. Nobody present. Then Rajdev Rao. Then Dr. Ramamurthy and or Dr. Raju. Anybody? From Karnataka State Open University? No. Then BntH Shrikant.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Then Jittu Krishnan. J.U. Krishnan, Jayaprakash, Rajeshwari or Harish, anybody. From Central Tibet Research Institute. No. Then Jogesh Kusha Rajbhar. Dr. Jogesh Kusha?
Yeah.
Yes. Then you are Shingle.
Sangre.
Sunday.
Sangre.
Is there?
You are Sunday present? No.
Or Dr. A.K. Das. Is Citrus Research Institute. Here only it is. Nobody is here. Then Jitendra Kumar and or Dr. Arvind Kumar.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have, let us start with this.
Total कितने हैं मेरे पास?
Huh?
Presenter कितने हैं available? Total.
Total presenter is available 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 or 2 may be accommodated from last session as I was told later on.
Okay.
So
It's 8. Okay. Now it is 3:30. After 5:30, 2 hours. It is 120 minutes. 120 minutes divided by 8. Okay.
no, 8, 10.
10-15 minutes.
Not 15 minutes, maximum 10 minutes.
How many 10 minutes? 8 minutes plus 2 minutes of question answer.
8 plus 2.
8 plus 2. 8 plus 2.
It is completed by 8 minutes and 2 minutes.
ये structure clear होना चाहिए. 8 minutes plus 2.
8 plus 2, okay. Equally given to everyone.
I welcome all in this session. So this is actually the parallel session. Actually in this year, I am very happy and glad that maximum number of participants in oral session as well as invited speaker have come this year. That's why I have to keep in 2 parallel sessions. There was no option. Initially I thought that it will be only 1 session. But seeing this total number of presentations, as already you have seen that in invited lecture also so many presentations are there. So there was no option. That's why I have kept separate. But these organizers, they are giving very small room. This is I don't know what type of room this one. I was surprised also on the second, but there was no option for me. I have to accept this. Anyway, now I invite in this session Dr. Pradeep De. Dr. Pradeep De is actually now this project coordinator at SKCR, Soil Test Crop Response Simulation Studies at Indian Institute of Science and Bhopal. So he did his MSc, PhD from IERA in New Delhi and served many institutes. Previously he was in Lucknow also in Sugarcane, then Rashi, yes, then Karnal, and then now last 12 years he is in Bhopal. And this session will share us. So I welcome Dr. De to this session. And Dr. Birendra Ghosh, BN Ghosh. So he will be acting as deputy in this session. He is also my classmate. So,
Happens to be.
yeah, no. We are actually classmates in the CCTD graduations. So I'm the soil science. So he is at present principal scientist in BSS LUP Kolkata Center. So I am handing over the mic. No mic. So Dr. Dev will hand over. If it is not comfortable from here, you can do it from here.